So do you mind to tell me your name and you do have a cancer before, right?
Yes.
So can you tell me the story, please?
My name is Ernest Best, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 highly aggressive plasmatoid carcinoma cancer. And I was told I had 6 months to live. And there was nothing they could do for me. Chemo, radiation, no kind of treatments. They told me to go home and die. And so I quit my job and came home, and I'd done some research into cancer and found a story about Joe Tipton from Edmond, Oklahoma, who the veterinarians had told him about the dog dewormer with the drug benzidol in it that had killed his cancer. He's still alive today, 5 years later. And so I watched his videos and stuff. I started doing more research. I went to Tractor Supply and bought $250 worth of Safeguard dog dewormer, and I started taking it. I went and had PET scans, CAT scans, MRIs, and exploratory procedures up into my bladder. The tumor died. I passed the tumor out, and I'm totally cancer-free today because of the drug benzidol.
Okay, that's the dog medicine.
That's the medicine that's in the dog dewormer. It's called fenbenzidol. FENBENDOZALOLE.
Okay, so we can buy this medicine online.
You can buy
Amazon.
the pills from Amazon.
Okay.
You can get 444 milligram pills. You can get 90 of them for $109.
Okay, so we have to
Take one in the morning and one at night.
Okay, one in the morning and one in the night, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I started. In the dog dewormer, I've done 2 a day, 1 package in the morning, 1 package at night. I went to OU Cancer Center, and they done 4 CAT scans. They didn't see no cancer.
So how the doctor says after that?
They said, I don't know how to explain it.
Just like they say there is this miracle.
Yeah, they say it's a miracle.
For too many decades, we imported projects and exported jobs. Now, thanks to what you've all done, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. To build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. Building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. We're the only nation on earth that has always turned every crisis we faced into an opportunity. We're the only country that has emerged from every crisis we've ever entered stronger than we got into it. This year, COVID-19 no longer need control our lives. Today, COVID no longer controls our lives. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The only nation that can be defined by a single word, possibilities. Actually, I can define it in one word, and I mean this. Possibilities. Possibilities. I'm a capitalist. Look, I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. Let's pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. And extend the child tax credit. And let's restore the full child tax credit. Restore that child tax credit. If you travel 20 miles east of Columbus, Ohio, you'll see a field of dreams. Outside of Columbus, Ohio, on 1,000 acres, literally a field of dreams, our infrastructure is ranked 13th in the world. Used to be number 1 in the world in infrastructure. We've sunk to 13th in the world. Began to replace the poisonous lead pipes so every child, every American has clean water to drink at home and at school. We're also replacing poisonous lead pipes. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. We're going to do it by buying American. Buy American products. We're going to buy American. We're going to buy America. Buy America. The American Rescue Plan helped working people and left no one behind. We're building an economy where no one's left behind. We leave no one behind.
Y'all see this news from the CDC? The headline reads that you can now treat COVID like the flu. COVID really is the flu, and if you just, treat it like the flu for about 5 days, you'll be completely fine. No worries. Go ahead and move on with the rest of your life. Oh, the fuck up, Sparkles. So you mean to tell me 4 years ago, these motherfuckers shut our entire world down, destroyed our economy, destroyed people's businesses, destroyed people's livelihoods, destroyed people's families, kept people apart. We had people whose families, whose loved ones died in nursing homes and hospitals completely alone, completely by themselves. They said, nope, you can't take ivermectin, it doesn't work. You can't take this shit, it doesn't work. You got to get our sticky pokey. That's the only way to stop this shit. It's the end of the motherfucking world. The bat flu is going to kill y'all. And a whole bunch of us said, nah, motherfuckers. Like, this is just the flu. Y'all need to stop your shit. Let's live normal life. And we got told that we were the enemy. We were horrible, terrible people. We were grandma killers. We were pieces of shit. And now the CDC said, oh, just kidding. Y'all were fucking right. And not even a sorry.
How do we replace everybody in government? Like, how do we replace all of them?
Hey there. Fantastic video, by the way. But you make up a great point. You want to know what it would take? It would take all of us, right, left, gay, straight, black, white, Republican, Democrat, leftist, conservative, to actually put all their bullshit aside and actually come together. I'm guilty of it myself. I'll be the first one to admit it. And come together and realize that these people that are in power and that are running our country have put their own interests over the interests of Americans. And that's it. And the only way that they would understand it is if all of those people that I just listed actually came together as one united people and replaced every single person in government, and then replaced them with people that aren't putting money and their own personal financial greed and power and love of power over people. I mean, it was never supposed to be this way when they first designed the government to begin with, but you know what? Our government's gotten real greedy, and they've gotten real good at taking from us and spending it however they want. So it would take all of us to come together and put all the bullshit aside, all the arguing, all the pettiness, all the your guy did this and your guy did that. And like I said, I'm just as guilty as the rest, but that's what it would take for the people to actually get together and stand united and tell the people that run this country and are running it terribly that we've had enough, and start putting people back in power that love running the country more than they love becoming rich and making sure that their friends are rich and their lobbyists are rich, because that's what it would take. We, the people, to stand up and say, well, we've had enough. I don't know what it would take to do it, but I would tell you, as much as I can't stand politicians, I'd be willing to do it too. I'd be willing to stand up and say enough is enough. So that would be my question. As far as the legal way, I don't know, but I'm sure I can help you boost this video out by, stitching it. But that's what it would take, in my opinion. It would take all of us to put the bullshit aside, all the fighting, all the petty, all the crap. Your guy, this guy, my guy, you did this, he did that, all of it. And actually replace them. Every one of them, even down to the local level. And maybe they'd realize that them just making themselves rich while we struggle in the inflation and the high crime, maybe they would realize it. Because you see, they've separated themselves from us. They're the politicians on the Hill with their 5, 6, and 7 mansions with billions of dollars in the bank. They don't care. And they don't want to give up that power, you see, because it would take money away from them. And it would take power away from them. And they can't handle that. And that's why they love us fighting. They want us fighting. They love the division. That's why their speeches are all divisive speeches pointing the finger at everybody else. Because if we're staying fighting, and the longer we stay fighting back and forth, the more that we're not paying attention to what they're doing. That's what it is. So they love us fighting, and then they get their cronies in the media that further division long. Instead of just telling the news, they all inject their own opinions. So yeah, it would take all of us. Good talk.
Remember when Trudeau's Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault recently said that the Canadian government no longer plans on funding new road projects because it would encourage more Canadians to drive, which is at odds with their plans for climate change? Well, according to MP Mark Strahl, not only has Guilbeault and his party refused to answer questions about these remarks, but he even failed to appear at a Commons Transport Committee hearing after being summoned to testify about these controversial comments. Keep in mind that this is the same government which told Canadians that they have a right to transparency and accountability, yet has continually made societal shifting decisions in the shadows while stifling or attacking anyone who tries to shine a light on their plans. This comes at the same time as a recent report from the federal government claimed that 15-minute cities are the way forward for Canada. Edmonton, Montreal, and Toronto are all already signed on for an initiative called C40 Cities. According to this initiative's own documents, these 15-minute cities have the lofty goals of zero private car ownership, hence the no roads, zero meat and dairy consumption, as well as limiting people to 3 new clothing items per year. It's time we realize that there is not a single line these people won't feel justified crossing, so long as they say that they're fighting climate change.
After work the other day, and there were 3 doctors at a table slamming drinks. They were arguing about who the best surgeon was and bragging about their best surgeries ever. The first doctor said, "Listen up. One time a guy came in who was in a terrible wood cutting accident. The guy lost his right arm, but I sewed him up in 3 hours. Now he is a major league pitcher." The second doctor said, "One time I was working in the emergency room and this dude came in who lost his leg in a farming accident. It was cut right off. I sewed him up in 2 hours and now he is an Olympic runner with 2 gold medals." The last doctor said, "That ain't nothing. One time my wife and I were out driving and the car in front of us slid off the road and into a cow pasture. The driver went through the front windshield and split his head wide open. His brains were scattered all over the field, mixed with cow poop. I sprung into action and scooped up all the brains and all the cow patties and shoved them all right back in his head. I sewed him up in less than 45 minutes, and now he is the President of the United States of America."
Yesterday you said that wearing a mask was an act of patriotism. If that is the case, why don't you do it more frequently?
Well, I do actually do it when I need. I mean, I carry the mask when I have to go. I went into Walter Reed Hospital the other day. I have the mask right here, and I carry it, and I will use it gladly. No problem with it. And I've said that, and I say, if you can, use the mask. When you can, use the mask. If you're close to each other, if you're in a group, I would put it on when I'm in a group. If I'm in an elevator and there are other people with me, including like security people, it's not their fault. They have to be in the elevator. I want to protect them also. I put on a mask. I have no problem with the masks. I view it this way. Anything that potentially can help, and that certainly can potentially help, is a good thing. I have no problem. I carry it. I wear it. You saw me wearing it a number of times, and I'll continue. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. A lot of Americans, though, may be surprised at your change of tone, some more perhaps realistic tone. Some would look at it that way. The sudden embrace of masks, social distancing,
Well, I've always agreed with that. I mean, I've never fought either one, but certainly social distancing. I want to. That's common sense. 6 feet to me is common sense. I'd like to say maybe make it a little bit further.
The